Hi, sorry that was rude. My name's Rude Monson. This is my second channel. If you're not familiar, my first channel is called The Tonight Show with Rude Fallon. I just chill out here, take off my suit, get away from my wife. I'm sick of speaking to celebrities. I'm sick of speaking to Saoirse Ronan. If you're a theater kid, by the way, and I pray that you're not. I actually pray that you are. I actually don't really pray. You can use that as a warm-up. I'm sick of speaking to Saoirse Ronan right before Shakespeare. That'll pump you up. Work the shoulders. I'm nervous today. I always say that, but I always mean it. Because I'm going to be opening up something today that hasn't been opened up for literally 16 years. It sounds like I'm in National Treasure. As I'm saying that, this isn't that important. It's not the Declaration of Independence, it's just a boy being himself at a young age. Which I guess so was the Declaration of Independence. The boy was just named Alexander Hamilton. I didn't pay attention during the musical, don't be mad! I'm just gonna get into it. I have expectations that this is gonna be like emotional and make me cry, but knowing myself like all throughout my life, I have a feeling it's just gonna be me at 11 like trying to be funny and make myself giggle in the future. But I'm genuinely so curious and I'm nervous because I can't do this video over again. Like a lot of times I'll just turn it off because I'm like not funny enough, not good enough, but once this is opened, I can't put these butterfly stamps back on. Are these stamps? No, they're just stickers. Man, I've always had taste. Anyway, I have a little butter knife. I always have a little butter knife next to me when I make a video. You normally just don't see it. But I don't know. By the way, I was 11 in 6th grade. I'm just thinking about that now. Because I had a summer birthday. Did anyone else have a summer birthday? I'm a Cancer. It's fine. You can unsubscribe. No, don't. Cancers can't handle it. That's not funny. Who am I pretending to be? Let me just... I don't want to show myself. Oh, okay. Actually, you can watch me opening it. I don't know why I decided that was personal, like taking a shower. By the way, when the teacher was like, I'm actually gonna send this to you guys in 10 years. Oh, also, I've had this in my closet for like 5 years. She sent it to me. So when she told us, I was like, that's never gonna happen. I don't think I expected to ever get it. Cause I was like, okay, not to be rude, but like she's already 50. I think in my like 11-year-old brain, I was like, when she's 60, she's not even gonna like remember me. Like someone's gonna go, hey, Mel drew that letter. She's gonna be like, ah, I'm watching Maury. But she did it. She messaged me on Facebook and asked for my current address. And, oh, it's so weird to touch a piece of paper that has, like, you ever think about that? Like, this hasn't been touched since I touched it when I was a kid. And, okay. I do remember one thing that is embarrassing and I hope it doesn't show. I guess it doesn't really matter. I remember that I wrote down, it's weird, I just had this as a memory from when it happened, because I haven't seen this. I'm pretty sure I wrote down the name of someone I had a crush in class, and my logic was like, don't ever forget them. Don't ever forget them. And I didn't anyway. Oh, it's in cursive. I literally forgot how to write in cursive, by the way. I am actually shaking a little bit. Okay. Oh, this is longer than I thought. Oh, wow. 2/21/07. This is overwhelming. I like feel this in my chest. Dear Drew, this is yourself speaking ... You probably feel kind of freaked out right now. That makes 2 of us. Well, that's about all I can say. It's me. It's ... you. So are you still in touch with all of your relatives? Yes, no. No, not all of them. Well, let's see. There's your cousins, and their daughter, and you, and your uncle and cousins back in Anaheim. Okay, I'm just talking about specific cousins that I was seeing at the time. I still know them, yeah, they're my friends. Still see them? ? Cool. Moving on. What we like. Trumpet, piano. Forgot about trumpet. You still playing those? What? Aww. I guess I was expecting that I wouldn't be. No, I'm still playing the piano though. Drawing cartoons. Okay, not really. That's fun. You have to keep up with those, Drew. I really liked drawing like comics when I was a kid, but I've turned it into a more of a film. Can you see that I'm like shaking? I started crying a little bit when I first opened it, and it's just weird that I really wrote it like addressing myself. This is like this is like one of my videos to me. Like, hi, how are you? Ah yes, friends, Elijah. Okay. I don't know if Elijah's gonna see this. Don't tell me you never see him anymore. Zach, same deal. Jamie, Tanner, Jake, Mitchell, Lewis. I didn't even know I was friends with Lewis. All together now. Oh yeah. Who's yelling? Sorry, my neighbor's yelling. Now it's time for, okay, this is just literally a list of stuff. I thought it was gonna be like, baby, I hope you're okay. Now it's time for ... things. I didn't write that in cursive. Things Drew likes. Oh god. Oh, Guster. Okay, that's still my favorite band. Ben Folds, Ben Queller. Good stuff. This was such an opportunity. Okay, why am I being mean? The Office, 30 Rock, Monk. I love that show. And YouTube. And YouTube. Remember, that place is cool. Probably sued by now, though. Probably sued by now? I guess I assumed that this is literally when YouTube like was 1.5 years old. And games. ERS. Oh, that was a card game I played. ERS. Ha, that game takes hours. I'm like talking to myself like, I don't know, flirting or something. Haha, oh my god, this is crazy. Well, that pretty much sums it up. No, it doesn't. I hope you're doing something you like. Enjoy life while you can. That's kind of scary. Goodbye. Sincerely you. P.S. I have a challenge for you. I literally haven't opened this. Do you believe me? I don't know if it seems like... P.S. I have a challenge for you. You know... Again about the TV shows. You know the TV shows like The Office and 30 Rock? And the music like Guster and Ben Folds? Go find some. Watch some Office episodes. I wrote a letter to myself for 10 years in the future telling myself, hey, go binge The Office. Hey, here's an idea. Go Netflix and chill. I literally thought it was gonna be like, hey, what's the environment like? Are you fulfilled? Are you happy? Just enjoy some of the things you got to enjoy when you were my age. Draw some cartoons, whatever. That's my challenge. Have fun. That's actually really sweet. P.S. I hope you... Oh no. P.S. I hope you graduated from a college. No. I didn't realize I ever expected myself to. P.S. I hope you graduated from a college. I'm not really sure what I want you to do. Hopefully you'll be happy with it though. That's sweet. Makes me wonder if I am happy. I think I am though. And it's interesting to hear that I literally didn't even have any ideas. I imagine some of the kids wrote like, hope you're a doctor by now. I'm just like, hope you go to college. I have no idea. Okay, I did write the name down. Should I show it? I don't think it really matters. It literally just says Cassie. Why did I... Okay. By the way, there is one more thing on the back. I'm not going to show this because it has the last name of somebody, but I wrote Real Siggy, like S-I-G-G-Y, exclamation point, arrow pointing down, and then guess what? Luis, his name was Luis. Luis signed it. I guess I asked for Luis's autograph. I don't know what I thought that would mean to me. Not that you don't mean, if you're watching this, Luis, I think we should reconnect. I seem very concerned with you. But by the way, what is really striking me in this is how concerned I seemed also with the media and entertainment I was consuming at the time. Like I can tell that there's almost like a fear that I was going to let go, that I was going to grow up and forget about my favorite band, forget about my favorite TV show. I was like, remember, like please watch it. Like the PS is literally, Drew, please like have a good time. And I think that I was telling myself that because I knew at the time, even though I bring up like friends and family, that like that was the most fun I would ever have. Like, I remember, I think I've said before, like, they would release a new Scooby-Doo cartoon movie, like, once a year, and I can still remember the joy, like, the euphoria I couldn't get anywhere else from just sitting down with my snack by myself and talking back to them, like, speaking to Shaggy. I'm not sick of speaking to Shaggy. I love Shaggy. That was it. That was like all I needed. And I just seemed very like scared that I'm gonna stop watching TV and listening to music. And little Drew, I've got good news for you. My TV's bigger now. My phone can play music. My dang phone can play songs. If I told him that, he'd be like, you mean the thing that I call Luis on is gonna sing me to sleep? I don't have to beg Luis to sing. Luis, please. Anyway, yeah, that just struck me because it really is still true. And I mean, I've always felt honestly more connected to, I love friends and family, but like TV a lot of times has given me all that I need. Like when the series finale of a show, I feel more nerves and place more importance on that than like 10 first dates I could ever have, like stacked up on each other. I don't mean, okay, you know what I'm saying. But like when Breaking Bad, I was watching Breaking Bad like while it was on TV, not to brag, I'm a Cancer. But are Cancers known for bragging? Or are we just entertainers? Let me know in the comments what us Cancers like to do. But I remember when that last episode aired, I downloaded it on my computer, and I literally just sat there. I remember I turned off my phone, and I just like looked at my computer. I was like, all right, no, I can't. And it's like, those have always been my biggest night. Even at the time, I was probably still reading some books. I mean, I feel kind of sad because I wish that I could tell myself well, I guess I don't wish, but like, yeah, you're still gonna love watching and listening to stuff, but it's gonna be a lot harder, and you're going to like, while there's going to be so many more options that the second you turn one of them on, you're going to think that you should actually be watching a different one, and all of that perceived pressure is going to turn into you just picking something that you don't even care about, and then your TV is basically just a white noise machine, and why did you ever buy a TV? It should literally be a white noise machine. But yeah, anyway. I don't know, and I also it strikes me that I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, because I don't think I ever really figured it out. I started making YouTube videos pretty soon after this. I might have even made my first one and then deleted it, but I said this before, I took the SATs, I had no idea. I literally just like kept doing it, and then eventually it brought me to a place like right at the time where I was going to have to work at Burlington Coat Factory, to where I was like able to move out, or like pay for my own food living with my mom, and then 6 months later move out and lived in LA. Okay, 1 second. I'll be totally honest with you, I just took a 3.5-hour break from filming this video because I felt emotionally overwhelmed by the concept. I feel like you can maybe appreciate that. Like, imagine reading one of these from yourself. Maybe you have, I don't know. This is a normal thing that schools do, but I just needed to like make some pasta. You ever have to make pasta? Like, you ever get to a point with your life where it's like, I can't not be making pasta anymore. Like, I've got to throw Alfredo sauce on something, and let's hope that it's fettuccine this time, and not my uncle's car. That's a joke, my uncle doesn't have a car. My uncle rides the bus. I ride the bus with my uncle. Fine, you're gonna unsubscribe because I'm a Cancer who rides the bus with his uncle? Whatever, honey. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll see who gets more engagement. But yeah, oh, by the way, I found this picture this is probably taken around the time I wrote that. This is just a little bit of context. My bangs. Those bangs today, by the way. Imagine those bangs on the talk, on TikTok, having a controversial euphoria opinion. I remember those green walls in my kitchen. Old Navy, by the way, if you don't live near an Old Navy, I'll explain. Old Navy has like the most comfortable clothing you can imagine, but you can't really wear it in public without people knowing that like, it has a very, your mom bought this for you vibe. Like, it's not big boy clothes. Maybe that's just something that's in my head. My mom used to take my sister and I to the Old Navy outlets like an hour and a half away. My family would like drive. Did anyone else grow up like, it was like a trip to like go to the outlet mall. Like, that was a thing. Like, where are we going, Mom? Hawaii? The Bahamas? No, we're gonna go buy some sweaters for a lot lower than originally intended because there's something wrong with them. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. I didn't grow up poor, by the way. I don't want to be someone who... I was like one of those people who sometimes had to cut back, but for the most part, like, we got pizza when we needed it. Why am I talking about pizza like it's a luxury? Hey, I don't want to brag here, but I didn't just get pizza, but my parents put pepperonis on top. No, but something about reading this, like, I think it's weird because, by the way, I did change my hat. I just want to make that clear. I'm thinking about it now, like, the editing for this video, I don't want it to look like I'm trying to throw you off, like I'm trying to mess with your head. No gaslight. This is my plain black, and it used to be a differently colored, differently textured with a little silver on it. This is a position I've been getting in. I swear, I've been doing this, like, naturally. Like, I will just be talking to my neighbor, like, yeah, no, I know, right? No, the sprinklers have been loud, like the pitter-patter on my window. It's nutty. This seems like something you would do to, like, entertain your nieces and nephews. Uncle Drew's got a spider on his head. No, you don't. That's your hand, Uncle Drew. Now get out of our room. We're playing Roblox. God, I hate my nieces and nephews. I don't have any. Why am I imagining myself being yelled at? This has thrown me for a loop. I'm imagining nieces and nephews being rude to me. But there's something about, you know, people can tell you, like, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy with what you're doing in your life. But it takes you, literally me in the past, saying it to myself for me to really consider it. I think this is the first time that I'm kind of like, and just seeing all the things, like the fact that I wrote and YouTube, remember. I thought that YouTube was gonna be like a little blip in culture that like faded away, like Neopets or something. I had no idea it was gonna be like my career that like took me to Los Angeles, and I just had the strangest... Sometimes I look at my life and I'm like, I have the type of life that if you tell like an Uber driver about it, they like turn around. They're like, wait, you know what I mean? I don't know. But there's just something, by the way, some of the things that I like brushed by even the first time I read it again, where I'm just like trying to make, like, why did I listed all my friends and then I put, all together now, oh yeah. Like, what is that, a quote from Madagascar? But by the way, what if I didn't just reference YouTube? What if it was like, PSS, do you have TikTok yet? That stuff's gonna be crazy. And like, I would go viral on TikTok. Imagine I'm the TikToker who I'm like, I predicted TikTok? As if it's COVID. Might as well be. Drew, don't be mean. They're just kids. Adults are on there. Literally everyone's dad is on TikTok now. TikDad. Is there a shortened version of TikTok? Do people call it like the tick? No, that's the same amount of syllables. Anyway, I've just been thinking about it because, like, I mean, I'm gonna get a little bit too deep here maybe, or too personal, so buckle up. I was looking at the date, and 2/21/07, that's like a few months, I think, before my parents got divorced. And, you know, divorces, I've talked about it before on YouTube. It's one of the, I feel like, I hate to categorize things this way, but maybe the internet has made me do this. I was about to say that it's a lower tier trauma. It's kind of, because like a divorce in general, it's kind of the jumping off point where like things can blow up at that point. Like it's the first domino, and then we see what happens. Because it's not just the fact that your parents broke up. A lot of the times, I imagine most people, when your parents get divorced, it's not like, oh my god, but they could never stop holding hands. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it's, for me, like, you know, maybe my parents don't want me to say this, but I was thinking about the story today. Like, I remember my dad came home, and I was gonna show him a video on YouTube. Remember? I still can't get over that. YouTube, remember? I was gonna show him a video, and he was like, yeah, I gotta talk to your mom though, Drew, maybe later. And the way he said it, I just knew something was up. And I did what you do when you're nosy / feel like there's something going on with your family and it's about to fall apart at any moment and you wanna get info and your parents aren't gonna give it to you because you're only 11. I put my ear against the door. Anyone else grow up in that environment? So I put my ear against the door, and the first thing I heard, I remember it so vividly, it was my mom going, okay, but you have to tell him because I told him that we weren't going to. And I immediately knew, and I started, it was like, there's only a few times in my life where, you know, a lot of times you work up to crying. Only a few times. You have to like either be hit in the head with a bat or like hear something like that to where it's just like bloop, like the tears just like it was. I went into my sister's room and I just, you know, because my parents had told me, and that gives you a bit of an indication of like what it was like. I didn't grow up in like a screaming every night kind of environment, but that's what I was gonna say sort of about like trauma and like how we kind of classify. Not well read enough to explain what I mean exactly, I guess, but like I feel like sometimes for me, I think about my childhood and I think, oh well, it's not like I've been diagnosed with PTSD or this didn't happen, so it's not that bad. But I've been thinking lately, and like some stuff in therapy about those kind of things that you're just taught that can have a big effect on you and might not be like that big explosion that like you could tell, you know, you'd tell an Uber driver about it and they'd go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But just those like little, those incorrect ways of looking at the world. Like let's say it's your parent, like for me, my parents did not get along. It wasn't like a screaming match all the time. It wasn't crazy, it wasn't brutal, but I was living with two people who clearly did not really like being around each other. I don't think they'd mind me saying that. But I think that when you're young and your mind is so impressionable, it kind of teaches you that love is like something that you fake, you know, and I can still see that in me. I feel vulnerable saying that, but I can still see myself like looking at someone's like Instagram picture with like, love him, love her. I'm like happy, like finally tied the knot. And I'm like, oh, like, I hope you're having fun pretending. And like, that's, and you know, especially because like what I quoted my mom saying, like I told him we weren't going to, that was because I went to my mom and I was like, what's going on? Is this going, are you guys gonna do it? Like what's happening? Why are you? And she was like, she told me they've decided to stay together until my sister and I left. And it was, at that point it's like, why? No, I'm good. You don't need to play this game. Like it's, parents, it's hard to pretend you're in love with somebody and no one's really going to. But I was just thinking about that kind of, those little things that I don't know if I'm comfortable in. Like I have this weird thing where I'm like too scared to say that my life was that bad, but it doesn't matter because when I say that, I'm fixated on how someone else is perceiving it rather than like whatever healing I could do with myself and just going, hey, there were things that weren't big explosions and they weren't like, this will make somebody cry if I tell them about it, but they are every day. This is like situational, just like situational. This is the world that you, and it teaches you, you know, love isn't real. People don't get along. Yours could be, you know, I don't know what I'm assuming. Your trauma, let's play a game. But, you know, it could be people can't be trusted or, you know, adult figures aren't someone to trust, even if it's like a small thing, even if it's your parent lying to you, even if it's, you can tell something's going on with your family and they're not talking about it. It teaches you that people hold things in, and then later when you're just like dating someone, you're always like, what? No, just tell me, just say it, just say it. I'm always having moments like that where I'm like, can you just rip the Band-Aid off? And people are like, what Band-Aid? And I'm like, I know I don't sound fun to hang out with. Maybe I'm not, but yeah, I just, I don't know why I thought about that, because I was thinking about myself in 6th grade, and I remember like 2 days after my parents decided to split up. It's kind of those awkward, my dad moved out very quick, but there's an awkward, like, God, I don't wish I could look back, but it must have been a weird couple dinners. I just remember we had like a pool party or something because I was like graduating 6th grade, like it was a big deal. And I just remember like I have this clear image in my head of being in this pool and that hot California sun, and it was like that feeling of this is supposed to be fun, everyone is having a good time, but all I could think was like, I think my life is about to change. Like I think, and there's no way that it couldn't, and I had no idea where it was going, and I think that's where I was when I wrote this. And I'm thinking about, you know, you ever do that thing where you're like, what if I told myself? What if I told myself what was going to happen when I was a kid? Like, what face would I make? What was the first word? If I told him about, where'd he go? him about COVID-19? Would he stop smiling? Would he take off his beautiful Old Navy long sleeve and what would you put on? What shirt do you put on when you're sad? I don't know what point I'm even trying to make. Would he put on a black goth shirt, a goth tee, and make a TikTok with his bangs? No, but just thinking about like all the stuff that I've been through and like, I don't regret hanging in there overall. I have bad moments. Like yesterday I just had like it literally ended up being like, do you ever get in such a rough place and then literally eat food and you're like, oh, is that? I know that's like a thing that I've heard people say before, but it's so funny when that happens. I don't even realize that I feel like your blood sugar can drop without being hungry or something, but I literally was like, I can't do it. I was like, I can't. And it's that thing where I'm like having the conversation with myself of like, I can hear my friends or whoever I would tell this to of me if I were to say, you know, I'm never happy anymore. And then I hear my friend being like, you were happy yesterday. But it's that argument is always like, I don't care. Because at a certain point with like depression or anxiety or whatever, you can talk it up all you want of like, it's worth it, but there's still good moments. But when you're in that like hopeless, like brain chemically hopeless state, nothing really matters. And then you eat some oatmeal and it starts to a little bit slowly. But I think I've gotten to the point in those nothing really matters moments where I can still access the part of me. I can like, I don't know, there's something to like saying to yourself like, I know, but let's just see if this plays out like it has every other time, even though it feels like this is the first time that it's not going to. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking about my life in general. I don't feel like doing sad talk anymore. I want to be funny. I can help you. Great, it's my 21-year-old adopted British son. I adopted him when I was 20 and he was 10. It was the closest age gap adoption ever performed. And if you ask us, life is a performance. Do you have to say that every time? They know who I am. They know who I am. Did you write a letter to yourself when you were a kid? I did. Can I read it? Yeah, read it. How old were you? I was 5. Actually, I was 6. I just wanted to say the word 6 in a British accent. 6. What's the most fun number to say in a British accent? 22. Okay. Hi, dear British boy, dear British son. Are you British? Are you British? Thank you. Are you British? Thank you. You're drinking tea, innit? That's great. I hope you're in London town. You watching The Office. Okay, you just ripped mine off. I did not. I watched you. You think I meant the British Office? I meant the UK version. Okay, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. You gotta admit that's fun. I'm gonna sing the names of the people who, by the way, can I just say that I didn't want to point this out. I don't even know why I have to say that. I have a cold sore and I just want to like acknowledge it just so you know that I know, so you don't think I'm ignorant to this. I didn't want to bring it up before because I thought if you didn't notice, then you never would maybe, but I'm always the person who, do you ever mention like, oh God, like never mind. I don't want to say that. You can guess what I was going to say. I bet if enough people guess, somebody will get what I was about to say right. No one's even gonna try. Negative Nancy over here. I'm going to sing the names of the people who give me over $30 a month. Actually, one more story. Real quick one. I rode the bus. I've been riding the bus a lot because Uber's expensive and I don't drive and I never will. And don't ask me when I'm going to get my license. The answer is, maybe one day. But I got on the bus and I didn't realize that it was like 2:30 p.m. and we were about to drive past a high school. And you know what that means? I had company. All of a sudden, literally 30, like 14 to 18-year-olds got on the bus. I had a person sitting next to me. I haven't had someone sit next to me on the bus. If you've ever been on a bus, and I pray that you have, I pray you're a theater kid on a bus right now, just muttering Hamilton to themselves, trying to get through the day. They're very scrunched. Like it's almost like psychological torture. It's like really not 1/2 of an inch. So there's like all these kids come in. It's so weird how I reacted as though I was like in fight or flight. Like you know, people say this, but like you can get older, you're still scared of young people. Like I was so worried that they were gonna be like, what's he doing? Like I was just like, I could hear it before it even happened that they were gonna be like, nice whatever. I don't know what they would say. Nice beanie. No, did you change your beanie for the second half of the video? What? But I looked at my phone and I had, do you know what AirDrop is? If you don't have an iPhone, AirDrop is like a way to send pictures to I don't know why it even exists, but people can do it to strangers in public, and you can just, if you have your AirDrop on, weird thing, I don't really get it, but I have my AirDrop on apparently, and all of a sudden I had a notification that said, Stanky Booty wants to share a photo with you. Accept or decline. And you know I'm gonna accept because I'm curious. No. That would have just been, I can't imagine. Oh, what do you think it was? Don't answer. Let's not play that game. Write a letter to yourself in the comments instead of imagining what the teenager tried to show me on the bus. Write a letter to yourself in 10 years. If you want. I don't know. My comment section just turns into the largest trauma dump ever recorded was in April 2022 on Drew Monson #2's YouTube channel. Do you think anybody thinks my name is Drew Monson #2? They're like, so is your middle Monson and your last name is it the number sign? I'm like, at the DMV. Oh, Mr. #2, I watch your channel. I just entered your, no! All of a sudden my license, I'm like, did anyone follow that? Sorry, I'm literally just looking at myself. I remember those green walls. I remember the day my mom painted the walls green and I was like, my mom's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna sing the names, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna sing this song and then talk more on my Patreon. I don't know how to advertise it anymore, but I do talk about things on there that I wouldn't say on YouTube, I think. And I do swear as well. Lauren, Lawrence, Rachel, Hannah, Hannah Kimball, Bambi, Boop Boop, Tony Crime, Joey, Mineo, Darla, Renee, Eden Bay, Domla, Pandora, Haven, Polka Trail, Shelby Lynn, Balpreet, Okay, let's talk. That was the worst. That was the worst one I've ever done. My lap bappa was dying. I think I've exhausted myself a little bit with this entire video process. I think I'm gonna film the Patreon thing tomorrow. So if you subscribe to my channel, my Patreon, I will be, you'll see where I'm at tomorrow. I'm posting this video tomorrow. I'm just gonna do it in the morning, but you don't need to know this. Okay. I just want to say that I acknowledge that wasn't my best singing, but the next one, I'm not like done. I get worried that when I do something bad, like if there's a bad video, people will go, oh, he makes bad videos now. No, he just made a bad video then, but the next one could be Just don't give up on me. God, it's an explosion of insecurity.